Hello, welcome to 8.9 News. I'm ffinlo Costain. 8.9 is working to help promote LandAlive, a major new conference for the southwest of England that will make the case for a transition to a more localised, regenerative farming and food system. I spoke to Graham Harvey, co-organiser of LandAlive, and I asked him to tell me more.
Well, LandAlive is a new conference here in the southwest. It's taking place at the Bath and West Showground in Shepton Mallet. It's really about the new way of farming, which is sometimes called regenerative. Some people call it nature friendly, but it will transform our countryside and probably put more nutrients in our food. It's actually less reliant on chemicals and it relies more on building the natural fertility of the soil. So it's really all about soil, but it's going to improve everything about farming, including income for farmers.
LandAlive is a new entrant into the Regen Ag conference space alongside events like Groundswell. Why did you feel that you needed an event specifically for the Southwest?
Well, we wanted a conference. We think this is a really important movement in the countryside. And by we, I mean Sustainable Food Somerset. We came up with the idea of this conference. You know, we're really excited. It's kind of a grassroots movement in farming, really, to take out the chemicals and build back soil fertility. We think this is going to be transformative, not only for the rural communities and really the economy of rural Britain. We think it's going to improve all our food and our health as well. So we're very keen to here in the southwest, which we're a major sort of livestock producing area, principally, I suppose, we wanted a conference for the southwest where the emphasis is perhaps on grazing animals and pasture and what we call herbal lays for all the benefits, the economic benefits they bring to the West Country, but also for the benefits they bring to health.
Now, while this is at the Bath and West Showground, the event itself is being organised by a dedicated group of volunteers, isn't it?
In a sense, we're enthusiastic amateurs. Sustainable Food Somerset's a charity. We're partnered with the Bath and West Society, which is, of course, I think it's the oldest agricultural society in Britain, the first established, or one of the first established. So, you know, we've got very knowledgeable partners. We're just a charity who are passionate about this change in agriculture, which we think is going to change society for the better.
What are you hoping the event will achieve?
We're hoping that it will, farmers will be interested in it and will come along and meet some of the leading voices in this kind of agriculture. But we want to reach out beyond farmers. We want really to embrace the whole food system, to enthuse community groups who are very interested in nutrition, because we think farming and the way it's done is in the interest of everybody, including we as consumers. You know, we consume the products of farms and they could be better, and this is all about making it better. So we want everyone interested in food and everyone interested in the countryside to come along and support this, because we think it's a game changer for all of us.
Relationships between farming and environmental groups can be quite antagonistic. Are you hoping that the conference will help to create a more positive narrative?
This is totally positive. I mean, we've been presented, I've been a farming journalist for a very long time, and in the early days of what we call the Green Revolution, we almost presented this as a choice between nature and food. We now know that it's a totally false choice. And in fact, you know, if there's no nature on a farm, then it's producing the wrong kind of food. So we need biodiversity. We need diversity on our farms. We need to restore nature, because restoring nature will actually mean that soils are more productive and that we'll get better food, and that farmers will make more money because they won't be spending all this money on chemicals, which they're spending at the moment. So it's going to be a win-win for everybody. We want nature, we want good food, we want good profits for farming. That's what the conference is all about.
Graham, can you give us a taster? Who do you expect to be speaking at LandAlive?
Well, we've got some great speakers in the regenerative movement. You've got people like Caroline Grindrod, Nikki Yoxall from Pasture for Life. These are maybe not widely known outside regenerative farming, but they are the stars of the new farming. People like that. We've got Ian Wilkinson from Farm Ed in the Cotswolds, which is the major, I suppose, venue or centre for research on regenerative farming. We've got George Dunn from the Tenant Farmers Association. So we've got sort of bigger figures from the farming establishment too. We've got Professor Andrew Neil, who's a microbiologist and probably one of the leading researchers on soil and soil health and soil productivity in Britain. And he's speaking on the day one. In addition to those sort of headline speakers, if you like, we've got dozens of breakout sessions where we'll have specialist consultants, specialist soil experts, specialist financial experts talking about, the funding possibilities for this new kind of farming.
That was Graham Harvey from LandAlive. More news as ever on our website 8.9.com. That's all for now. We're back soon. Thanks for watching.